Well, happy Halloween. I just recorded a 40-minute video and all of a sudden my computer stopped recording. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully, it goes better, I guess. I was almost done. I was going through my haul and just stopped working. Anyway, happy Halloween. It's been 3 weeks since my last video. My name is Katie. This is Flosstube number 53, and I'm here to talk to you about my cross-stitching for the last 3 weeks. My birthday happened in those 3 weeks. I had a wonderful birthday. I had a great time. Mark and I went to Philly for a couple days, and then we ended up going to Philly again last weekend. Super great. I've had some decent stitching time, and then I did a lot of finishing yesterday, and that's what I really wanted to show you all. So instead of telling you, it's going to be a shorter video because I'm not going to tell you for 5 minutes about my birthday weekend because I'm sure you don't care that much. So first off, my Christmas ornaments that I make for my grandmother every year, I make her 20. This year I used JBW Designs Christmas ornament book that I got in the Black Needle Society Advent box from last year. 2 videos ago said I was going to give this away, and then I forgot. And the winner is Stitching Granny of 17. Stitching Granny, I am going to comment on your comment. But if you see this first, email me at katherkear, KATHERKEAR @gmail.com, and I'm going to get this out to you ASAP. You definitely have time to get a couple of these done for Christmas. I did not do all 20. Turns out I didn't love all of them, but I did do most of them. So let's look at my finished ornaments. I did this yesterday. It makes quite a mess when I do any sort of sewing or finishing because I don't have a designated space for that. So the desk I'm recording on has to be completely cleared off, and then there's a table back here. I have an ironing mat, my cutting board. So it's always kind of messy in here just because 10 pounds of flour in a 5-pound bag. But I had all my Flosstube stuff out because I meant to record last weekend, and instead I went away, which is fine and was great, but so much stuff, my friends. So cleared all that off. I didn't get started until probably about 2. And then around 4:45, I figured out I wasn't going to have enough of something that I needed from Hobby Lobby. And they're closed on Sundays, so there I go, back to Dixon City yesterday at 5 o'clock to get something, which is a terrible time to go to a huge shopping center on a Saturday, but needs must. So let's see them. I preface with a few things. I've got them in this lovely basket. One, my grandmother wanted everything to be flat this year so that she could put it into envelopes. I am not a professional finisher. I do the very best I can, and she's pretty happy with that. These are not perfect. So let's do it. So my first one is, this is Noel. This is on, apparently it's got a thread that I need to trim. Auspicious Start. It's on a 32 count Witchell to red using Anchor White. And then it's got interfacing inside, and then this is just a fat quarter of fabric from like Walmart. And I did remember to put a hanger on it. So there's one. This was supposed to be a mitten, but it didn't look like a mitten, so I stuffed it into here. And it just kind of looks like a sweater material in a frame. I actually think this one came out pretty cute. Here is another of the Noel. This one is so funny looking. I don't know what happened, but freehanding on my machine apparently didn't go well for me. So it's the same fabric on the back. And again, very happy that I remembered to sew the hanger in. That didn't happen every time. For instance, this time on this Noel, I had to hand sew the hanger on. But same thing, interfacing in fabric. This is a stocking. This is a 32 count that I got at Hobby Lobby with a fancy floss red, I don't know which, and a felt backing. This is one of the, a lot of them, so I originally had these tag holders from Hobby Lobby, and I figured out I wasn't going to have enough, so I went back and got more. So this is a Christmas tree, and so what I did was I found at Walmart Saturday morning, and the first time I recorded this, I had this thing really handy to show you. Hang on. Fell on the floor. So this is a canvas. It's like one of those artist canvases, and they had them in these little tiny squares, 3 for $1.40 or something at Walmart, and I bought a bunch of packs of them, and several of my ornaments I was able to lace directly onto these. Lacing onto these canvases is awesome. Love it. Perfectly square or rectangular depending on the size. They're not flimsy and they're square. Did I mention that they were square? And I didn't have to cut them. Worth every penny. So this was the wooden tags that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby like early spring. So I just hot glued the mounted piece onto that. And then it's really glary. Sorry. That's a 2021 thing. It says 2021. You just can't see it. Sorry about that. So there's another one. So this tree has the 2021 here, and then I put a little topper on the tree, and then this is black cardboard painted tags. Here is, my grandmother doesn't like this one because it's, why do you always do hearts for Christmas? It's not Valentine's Day. So here's this heart that I like with the 2021 again. This was the first one I did, and I didn't plan to put it on a tag, but somebody, who will remain nameless, me, forgot to put a hanger on it, so we glued it onto a tag. I think it looks pretty cute though, little mitten. Another tree, but this one lacked a topper, so I added a pair of bells. Here is a star. This is just flat, again on the fabric. Remember to add the topper. Here is a stocking. So this stocking had a bit of an accident. Someone cut it a little too close to the stitching and it frayed. And then they should have sewn it here and they missed, and it's okay. It is what it is. Perfection is best left to the saints. Here is a Christmas tree, another one. This is a scrap piece of 14 count, I think, no, 16 count Ada. Another tree, this one is 14. The little bunnies. Another tree, 2021 on it. This is like a metal tag. I love this one. I kind of hope she keeps this one for us. She always keeps one. I like that a lot. This little mitten, forgot to add a tie, so I had to sew one on. There's that. I like the little Noel house on this fabric quite a bit. And then another pair of hearts that she doesn't like. So those are her 20 Christmas ornaments for this year. Those ornaments are a lot of work, and next year I think I'm going to do something a little easier. Cross-stitching them just takes, it's too much time. It's a lot of time. It's a big commitment. So we're going to do something different next year. Now, that was not all the finishing I did yesterday. Before I did all those, I made 2 pillows. So I wanted this done for Halloween and I did it. This is Primrose Cottage Stitches Happy Halloween. I got this as a kit. It did not have the fabric, so I used a 16 count mystery Aida that I had in stash. I used one strand of the fancy floss, and it's Aida, so just, you know, one square at a time. I do like the colors. I think it's very prim. And then for the backing fabric, I used my new favorite fabric, which is this candy corn. I love it. So this is a mix of fiberfill and walnut shells or lizard litter. So just in time for Halloween, just in time to get put away tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. And then my other finish was a finish and an FFO in the last 3 weeks. And of course I have lost the pattern because that's the kind of day I'm having. Hang on. Found it. This is Harvest Blessings by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. This is a companion piece to the Coming to America. I used the called for 36 count Picture This Plus Oaken and the called for Fancy Floss in DMC. This is the Fancy Floss. The DMC is actually, technically it's on here. This is my ring for Coming to America. I didn't pull the DMC because I already had it out with this. So if you do this, do not buy the fancy floss. You use very, very little, very, very little. Just use the DMC or if you have the fancy floss. But the biggest parts of this pattern were like her dress and I think the letters were in fancy floss maybe, but very little of this was using the fancy floss. Not even a full strand of any of it. I do like it quite a bit. So there's Harvest Blessings. I made this into a pillow using, again, a mix of fiberfill and lizard litter. And I use this gorgeous backing fabric that I love. I want a quilt out of this. And I'm very happy with it. So that's all done. But again, just use the DMC, guys. I don't think that the fancy floss was worth it. Like for a chicken. It was a piece of thread. Okay, so those are my 22 FFOs. And let me take a little sip. Again, I recorded all this already. I have several whips. I had a new start. On my birthday, I was not planning to have a new start because I needed a new start like I needed a hole in the head. But I had to go back to the car for something, and I saw this bag, my Kelly Stadola Bitsy Bitsy, I don't remember. It's a Bitsy Bob Biggie. And I keep my frosted pumpkins in here. I am copying Made by Michelle McGraw, and I'm breaking them up. So I did the bakery already. Well, just the top, not the bottom part. And now I'm working on this part. So I decided to start this on my birthday, which was the 16th of October. It was a Saturday. I did not get much done, maybe 40 minutes of stitching. So I started with this, the fence. So I finished the fence, and then I did that awful tree. And do you know how long it took me to figure out that those orange things were jack-o'-lanterns? Way too long. I've got the crows are just about done. The scarecrow's just about done. So there's 2 more faces to go in here. So I hope to finish this week. This gets Monday through Friday between a half hour and 35 minutes a day. And that's not like all right in a row. It's like 10 minutes at 6 a.m., 10 more minutes at 7:45, and then 15, maybe 15 minutes on my lunch at work. So it does not get a ton of time. So there's a couple hours of stitching, but I think it's really cute, really cute. I don't know if I'll start the haunted house right away. I love that blue house though. Isn't that pretty? And the little lantern, love it. But we shall see, my friends. So that was my new start for my birthday. And then, what else did I work on? The day before my birthday, I continued on with the Luminous Fiber Arts Friendship Series, Stashing Squirrels. So I'm making this for Jen Gorski, who watches this, so now you know, Jen, which you already knew. So anyway, making this for you. I'm using a 32 count pumpkin colored fabric from Color and Cotton, from one of their monthly clubs. I really like Color and Cotton. It doesn't really have modeling, so it's just a really good basic fabric. So here is where I am. The border's met, thank the Lord. I've done the leaves since you saw it, and the acorns. So it's really, really cute. And you can see just a little bit of changing color in that orange. I love this fabric. And again, it's a 32 count. I'm using the DMC conversion on this. So I'm probably going to go back to this when I finish that last frosted pumpkin. And then, so I also finished October's page of Consider the Lilies. I am working on 1 page a month for 2 years to finish this. I am 10 months in and I'm up to date. I'm using 36 count R&R Winter's Brew and the Called For Fancy Floss. So isn't it pretty? Here's the picture. Let's see what I've done. Again, I am 10 months in, and this last month was the rest of the tree, thank God. Well, the rest, like down to where the snake is on the tree. So it was, let's see if I can fold it. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about the hanging threads. So it was the rest of the tree and Eve over there. So Eve here, and then this angel and this pot here. Now, if you'll remember correctly, I am slightly off. So I think instead of going to page 11, which would be here, I think I'm gonna start page 12 and make sure the border is gonna match there, and then just squish everything in. And then I'm tempted in January, instead of doing a page, doing the border here and then going across with Consider the Lilies and the border here, and then filling it all in, but getting the letters in to make sure they fit. Because there are 3 spaces here and 3 spaces here and here. So I think I'm not going to put those 3 spaces in, and that should give me, I should be fine. I need to count it out. Anyway, I need to finish. Let's get through November and December. So I think I'm going to do here in November and then this in December. So instead of having a small page in December, I'll have a big page, but that's okay. No stress. So that's Consider the Lilies. And again, the Called For Fancy Floss. I finally finished my first full skein of Oscar, which is this green. It's also the green for a lot of, it's the green on the border for Coming to America. So I have like 10 skeins of Oscar rolling around my house. So there's that. So that's Consider the Lilies. And then, I don't know how many of you watch Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She is wonderful. I love what she makes, and she's very soothing. Olivia is her name. And she was talking about really wanting to, like, having this craving to finish stuff. And I was like, ooh, I love finishing things. And I have a lot of whips. I went through and counted them. I don't even have 15 whips. Like, I don't have nearly as many as I thought I did. But they are all big. I have Consider the Lilies, Lady of the Flag, Welcome to Hogwarts, The Spirit of Christmas, Autumn, Celtic Autumn. I have Glitter Village going. I only have one of those done. What else do I have? I feel like there's more. I have a lot of big projects. So I sat down, I went through all my whips, and I said, what do I want to finish by the end of the year? What is feasible? So the first one I want to finish by the end of the year, and I pulled it out and started working on it, is Country Cottage Needleworks Snow White. I am using a either 36 or 40 count opalescent fabric and anchor white for this. I finally cut the fabric down and I've got it in a big enough hoop that I can just work on it. So I think it's pretty cute. Almost done. I was to about here. So I've done all of this and this in the last couple days. I think I pulled this out on Wednesday. So I probably could have finished this last night if I wouldn't have done 22 other things. So I'm hoping to finish this tonight or tomorrow. And then when this is done, I'll go back to consider the lilies. But this will be done. This will be marked off. And I'm pretty sure I know who I was going to keep this for myself, but I think I'm giving it away. And I think I know who's getting it. So there's that. So this is one of the ones I want to finish. And then I'm going to take a pause in my whips and show you the other two things I want to finish by the end of the year. The first one is I want to not finish this all the way, but finish the stitching. And that is, you're going to be shocked by this. I wanted to have it done for the 4th of July, and that did not happen. But it is, sorry, I have to take it out of the bag. Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. I'm so close to being done the stitching on this, so I just need to buckle down and do it. I am doing her with the called for DMC and 30 count Constitution fabric. She's absolutely huge. So you can see that there's only the bottom still needs done. That's about a page. And then maybe like a couple blocks. I made photocopies of my pattern. Obviously I have the real pattern, but I made photocopies of it. So when I say a page, I mean a photocopied page. So it's like a full photocopied page and then the bottom part. Like maybe a block. So it's almost done. She's so pretty. And I know I would never get the back stitching and the beading done. I'm so nervous about that. But like there's no reason I can't get that done because all that's left is from, let's see, where did I stop? So I'm like down in here, like Liberty and the rest of her dress. So it's pretty close. And like, there's no stitching through here. Like you just have to finish the band. So anyway, would like to get that done by the end of the year. But before I pick that back up, I started on Ash Wednesday, my Easter start, and then I promptly put it down like a week or so later and never picked it back up again. Apparently I saw a squirrel. And this is Leisure Arts Magazine from 1995, and this was generously gifted to me by someone who's also sent me a few other things. And it is called Easter Sampler, fittingly enough. There's a lot of fancy stitches in there, and it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life," and that's John 3:16. So I started this on 32 count Requiem by Color and Cotton, and I love this fabric. I never took it out of the hoop. Look at this poor fabric. And I got through the top border and then the first 2 rows of letters, and I was starting the next band. So every row in this is a new kind of stitch for me. So like the letters were just cross stitched, but this was like eyelet or something. They're fancy stitches, so it's a good learning piece. But there's not a ton. It's the alphabet at the top, and then these flowers, and then the words, and then the numbers, and I'll put the year, and then it shouldn't take long. So those 3 things, I have a goal to finish them by the end of the year. I'm pretty sure I can do it. while also still working on Consider the Lilies. And then my one other goal is back to my whips. My last whip for the last 2 weeks is my Prairie Schooler Santas. I am working on 1988. I picked this up on Wednesday of this week. I had physical therapy and I got home and I just wanted to be in my bed. I was sore and I was tired and it was cold. So I picked my Prairie Schooler Santa and I stitched for about an hour in bed. So I worked on this. I got this done. These are really fast once you get going on them. So I would love to finish this one and finish 1989 before the end of the year. We'll see. So I guess technically that's 5 things I want to get done. But these are not that big. Got a goal. Goals are good. All right, so those are my whips and my goals, my plans. Let's talk about haul. So I had a birthday. I got some lovely gifts, some gift cards that have not been spent yet. Thank you very much. My father got me the Harry Potter embroidery kit, and this was actually very nice. So it comes with a hoop. It's just a wooden hoop. And it comes with a couple pieces of cloth, a white one and a cream, and some floss and needles. But then it comes with a beautiful book that shows you how to do everything. And it's a real book. It's not just like a stapled thing together. So I love that. Thanks, Daddy. And it also came with the patterns that you would trace onto the fabric. So that was a great, great gift from my dad. And then I got a box in the mail with some beautiful quilting fabrics and a lavender and lace kitted up. It's the pattern. It's Heavenly Gift. So here's the picture of it. And so they sent me the pattern and then also all the floss and the Krynic. So yay! Someday I'm gonna start that. You know I love lavender and lace. And also she sent me some books and a couple patterns. The one I'm most excited about is this one. It's a Noah's Ark pattern. And actually it came with like this khaki colored Ada that I think I would use. So I'm very excited. I would like to, if a friend wants to have a baby, I'll happily make that for them. So that was a giant box of stuff in the mail. Thank you so much. And she also sent this gorgeous sock yarn that makes me really want to make a pair of socks. So gotta get to that. I also got randomly this stitch and zip thing. It's a little like for your stuff, like change. It's change purse. Wow. I don't know who sent this. It came from a company in California. I did not order it. It says it was ordered through Amazon. If you sent this to me, thank you very much, but I don't know who you are. So tell me so that I can thank you. And then my friend Tara got me, this is an Evertotes bag. So this is Carolyn from Off the Grid Needle Arts. I knew she sold projects bags. I don't watch her channel anymore, but she used to do a shop update on her channel. And somebody posted this, probably Shiloh. And I guess Carolyn has become, she's partnered with Modern Folk Embroidery. So there was this pattern. It was a kit. It's this gorgeous pattern. I love it. And it came with this fabric. I wonder if I could open this easily. I can. So it came with this fabric, which is, the color is Night Owl, and it was Leo and Roxy designed linen. And it came with their flosses to do it. and this tiny little thing of red on these antlers, and then a needle minder. So it's all very, very cute. I had never heard of the Leo and Roxy company. They must be partnering with Carolyn, I don't know. But I did really like the bag. It also came with an adorable Notions pouch. So cute. I love it. I love little houses. So that was a fun little birthday gift from my friend Tara. And then for myself, on clearance at Joann's, I found these little buntings. And you can stitch anything you want on them. And in front of me is where my twinkle lights are. And I have like leaves up there now and like balls that are pumpkin shaped and actually bunting. So I just need to find the perfect pattern for these. I got 2 packs. So if you have any ideas, let me know. So I got that at Joann's. And then what else do I have here? I fell for marketing and I got myself a cross-stitch Christmas this year. It's a book that comes out yearly and they send it to you and you can decide if you're going to buy it, and I decided to buy it. This is from Craftways Corporation. It's very cute. So there was enough in here that I was like, I might stitch that I decided to keep it. Like, I could see Michelle McGraw doing this giant penguin doorstop. Can't you see her doing that? Michelle, I think you would do that. And then these little Scandinavian animals, look how cute they are. So anyway, I got this book that I got myself. And then my last, I thought I had already gotten my last, but my last edition of The World of Cross Stitch came with this cute little card kit. So that's it for that. And then I sent most of The World of Cross Stitch to my friend Marty in Maryland. She has a Flosstube now. She's on, I think, her 3rd or 4th video. I was gonna send her just these, but a lot of times the pattern is in the magazine. So I decided I just sent her, I went through, and if I was like, I'm not gonna stitch anything, or I've already stitched something, I just sent them all to her. I just put it in the mail, and she was so sweet. She sent me the loveliest little thank you card, and then she sent me some fabric. So she sent me, this is a 2017 Jody Reed Designs Celebrations. This is a 32 count Belfast. Love that. This is a piece of black, I don't remember what she said it was, but it's black. It's like chalkboard. 14 count vintage smoky white Aida, which, you know, I love me some Aida. And then some gorgeous opalescent, look at that. And I just think like a white would just pop right off of that. So thank you so much, my friend. You didn't have to do that, but I very much enjoyed the package. And then I think that's it for haul. I did get myself, I think I told you, next year I'm going to do fabric ornaments for Fra. And I got this fabric roll from Joann's because I'm going to do, they're called Danish stars, and they use strips of fabric. So fingers crossed. And I think that's all I have to show you guys. It's funny, my last video was over 40 minutes long, and now we're at 33 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm done. I hope that you're all well. I hope you enjoyed seeing Fra's Christmas ornaments. I'm going to go put a pot roast in for her and I. So stay safe, keep stitching, and I look forward to catching up with you again in a few weeks. Bye!